Hi guys, John from Paved in Stone here. Just thought we'd share a little video this morning of what we're up to at the moment. If we just pan across the site, you can see we've got a nice large garden makeover happening here. Most of the groundworks are pretty much done now. It looks a mess, but don't worry, it'll get a lot better. So just wanted to just sort of show you a couple of things. We're fortunate enough on this job that we're pretty close to the local cement works. So I've gone in this morning and I've picked up 0.75 of a cube. Lovely semi-dry consistency, so that's just straight sharp sand, about a 5-in-1, holds itself. We don't really want anything more than semi-dry, just because we're trying to control the moisture content in our bed. So we've already set up a few things. I won't bore you with how we all set it up, but anyway, there's our grit mix that we've collected this morning. So let's take it over, see what it looks like. We can start getting our slabs down. So I'm just working on this row over here at the moment. As you can see, we've already started to get a little bit down. We're just kind of setting the job out really. I'm going to show you guys how we're laying patios here in Paved in Stone. So we've got lovely porcelain tiles on this job from Marshall's. This is the Motus range in slate grey. Really nice tile, really lovely to cut and to work with actually. They're 1200 by 600 size. So I've already got my bed prepped there. As you can see, I've got string line on the ground. Next thing I need to do is to work my primer on. Always have to use primer on porcelain, although to be fair, I think primer should just be a standard installation for pretty much any type of paving that you're using. Why wouldn't you use it? It's a bit of a non-brainer. I know people like to spread this on in different ways. I like to use a tile spreader, get a little bit on there, work it up from the bottom, drag it all the way up my slab, or tile should I say. And we'll make sure that we've got a nice layer on there. So what this is going to do, two things. Well, one thing really for us when we're talking about porcelain, this is going to increase our bond onto our bed. If you're not in the know, porcelain not really going to absorb any water. I think it's like 99.99% impermeable, so that means that you need to have this primer on the back to make sure you're going to glue it down to your bed. Try and cover the edges as best you can. Don't worry if you drop a bit on the ground, we're going to slab over it all. Now I've got it on there nice and smooth, I just run the piece up there. Okay, so that just gives me some channels for it to bite into my laying course there. Normally I'd have something like a grabo, but unfortunately both my grabos have got the button of doom at the moment, so we're hoping they're going to sort that out for us. So we're back to the old fingers. Nice wide stance as we lay, drop our slab in. At this point I'm just looking to get it fairly close to where I want it, working to my line. Now I've got it fairly close to how I want it. I take my gloves off because I've got a bit of primer on my fingers. Try not to get the tiles too dirty, but if you just pan around, we've got our pedalo wash boys, so we tend to get a few down and then we'll just go over and wash them, trying to keep them clean as we go. So if we just zoom in a little minute, we can see what's happened here. So I've got him roughly where I want him. He's not too far away from my line, which is telling me how straight it is and also my level. So now I'm just going to go ahead and tap him and just get him a little bit closer, just so I haven't got too much of an edge. So we can see here now I need to get my spacer in. So on this one we're using a 5mm joint. So now I've got him roughly where I am. I'm going to tap the end and squeeze him up until my spacers are where I want them. Remember, with porcelain it's all about just taking your time, making sure you've got it on spot, and the rest should just look after itself. So there we are, pretty good. Now I'm just going to use my fingers initially. You see I've got a slight raised edge there, so just take that out until it feels about right on my finger, and then I'm just going to grab my spirit level, and this is where you just need to take that extra little bit of care. So I'll go across and I need to get right underneath and just have a look and see what's going on. That to me is pretty good, no gap. Another little easy test just to make sure you're within each other. If you just rock your level, so you can, I don't know if you can see that, there's a very, very slight movement. Tells me this one's still a little bit too high. Just make sure the joints to each other. There we go, that's not moving now. And there we are. That's how we do it, nice and easy. Cheers.